The 90+ mile per hour some of these machines can turn out of the box just doesn't cut it. So, with the experience gained from the anything-goes world of top-fuel dragsters and funny cars, this special breed of winter warrior is turning out one-of-a-kind machines that not only shatter speed records, but the minds of thousands of fans that come to see them run each year. How about a 1,400 horsepower blown alcohol-injected Chevy V8 in a specially fabricated sled weighing less than 1,800 pounds? With that kind of horsepower to weight ratio, it's no wonder speed records start falling faster than the temperatures on a winter night in Wyoming. And Wyoming in the winter happens to be the last stop on a racing circuit where these specially designed sleds come to get a shot at becoming the world's fastest machine on ice.
Started about 12 years ago in a place called Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Some fellas were out in the lake one night deciding who had the fastest snowmobile after they'd had a few bumps, and they went down and borrowed a radar's gun from a sheriff, local sheriff, and they went out on the lake and they found out who was the fastest.
Ice racing has come since then. Each February, the Shoshone Wild West Winter Carnival in Boise State Park, Wyoming, hosts a state championship snowmobile drag race and international high-altitude speed run. The racers come from all over the United States and Canada for a go at the record books. This year, one couple got into the record books, the county record books, that is, before the racing even started. We wish them a longer run than the hundreds of machines set to attack the specially groomed quarter-mile strip.
I declare that Bart and Kathy are now husband and wife.
Typical times for the 1,320-foot dash are in the low 10-second range. But times are not what's important. It's raw speed that matters here. The title of the fastest in each class is determined by the top speed attained at the end of each run. Racers must back up their numbers with another run of no more than 2% off their original speed to get their names in print.
There's 25 classes of snowmobiles, all the way from stock, slightly modified, heavily modified snowmobile engines, and then there's open fuel, which is an unlimited snowmobile engine class, and then it goes on up to the unlimited, which is no restriction.
This type of competition has become so popular that now it has its own sanctioning group, the newly formed National Snowmobile Speed Run, or NSSR. The NSSR holds 6 to 8 meets a year from Pennsylvania to Wyoming, where thousands of fans brave sub-zero temperatures to come out and watch their favorites blast down the slick surface. Modified stock class sleds reach in excess of 100 miles per hour through the electronic traps, with open fuelers nicking the 140 mark. But for those with a true need for speed, a weekend of snowmobile racing isn't complete until the Unlimiteds come out. The crowd loves these nitrous oxide breathing ice monsters, but few would consider taking a 170-mile-per-hour run down a frozen lake bed.
Don't think I'd have the guts to go down that line that fast.
The unlimited class of snowmobiles is so exclusive that only 7 men in the world are in it, and 6 of them showed up at Boysen Park this year. Tom Earhart from Middleville, Michigan, piloted the special Coors Light Arctic Speed Sled.
We have 2 motors, and they put out about 450 horse each. We got 900 horse altogether.
Steve Danilius from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, came out on a twin Mercury engine Mammoth built by his own metal fabrication company, SD Engineering.
Producing somewhere between 900 to 1,100 horsepower, depending on how hard I want to run it on a particular day.
4-time record holder Marv Jorgensen from Dayton, Minnesota, brought his V6 Merc-powered Charger with hopes of breaking the magic 170-mile-per-hour barrier.
Thinking about trying to go fast, trying to set the record. That's my main goal right now.
Mark Sandberg, an 8-jug Kawasaki, and Dwight Riegelman from Hager City, Wisconsin, was back with his sleek, closed cockpit Budweiser Snow King.
It's 22 feet in length. It produces in excess of 1,500 horsepower at wide open throttle.
Though all the machines in the unlimited class are different in design and power, the drivers share one thing in common: a lust for head-snapping acceleration.
It's in your blood and you just want to go fast.
It's an exhilarating experience to me. Something that never wears off. I guess it's my kind of drugs.
the most fun you can have with your pants on.
It has to be fun that motivates these men, because where motorsports are concerned, the road to fame and fortune is not paved with ice.
You could win every race and you still would lose money.
Racing sleds start in the $40,000 range and go up from there. Ice racing gives new meaning to the term cold, hard cash.
It's probably about a $150,000 package rolling down the road by the time it's all over with.
Technology doesn't come cheap, and these one-of-a-kind machines are as high-tech as you can get.
Chassis is made out of 4130 chromoly tubing. It's constructed, I suppose, somewhere on the order of like a top fuel dragster.
Unlimited class snowmobiles have only two design requirements. They must be steered by skis and propelled by a track. The track they use is embedded with hundreds of razor-sharp machine screws for traction, and though they dig in well during acceleration, they were never meant to slow these machines down from 160 plus. A drag chute handles that important task. There is a second chute on board, but it's worn by the driver. Surfaces vary, and a small dip in the ice can make losing control of the machine a grim reality.
The St. Paul Winter Carnival, we flew over the timing lights at the end of the track. They're 132 feet apart, and we cleared both of them. We hit a roll on the ice, and the sled went airborne.
It's always there, but you just try not to think about it. That's how I approach it.
And once inside the narrow cockpit of a high-speed ice sled, your mind is occupied with other things.
The first half of the run, you got just massive acceleration. The machine's trying to pull off from underneath you. It's stretching your arms back, flattening you in the seat really, really hard. And then in the second half, you got the big wind pressure, over 150 miles an hour.
This year's highest speed was turned in by Mark Sandberg aboard Inge's Folly 3. He hit the traps at a blistering 162 miles per hour, just short of the world record. But for a man who can't wait for warmer weather to go fast, it was still about 3 months ahead of everyone else. And consider this, unlimited snowmobile racing is still in its infancy. The handful of men with the raw nerve to drive these machines are already talking about rocket-powered sleds turning better than 200 in the quarter mile. For these men, the quest for the fastest machines will be an ongoing challenge, with their echoes of speed frozen in time.